2,000 great citizens of the 7th District of Pennsylvania. I will miss them if I lose, but I wouldn't get into this if I didn't think I could prevail at the end. It's not about holding a seat or having your time come. It's about principle at times, and that's the only reason I got into politics. I cannot, in my mind, unless my family says, back away from this. It's principle.
Well, it's very patriotic of you to say, and I root for you, whatever decision you make. You got a great brother, by the way. Richard spent 2 hours bending my ear out in Los Angeles recently. He is your best supporter, as you know. Good luck with your decision. I hope you make the right one for the interests of your family, but also for the country, because fundamentally, I'm a big believer in democracy, and I really do believe voters like to go into that booth with a choice. No matter what anybody says, including my friend Eddie Rendell, they do like to have a choice confronting them. It's kind of dumb to walk in the room and just to verify somebody else's decision. I say that with respect to the governor. Anyway, Congressman Joe Sestak, make the right decision. Up next, will the murder of a doctor who performed late-term abortions reignite the culture wars in this country? The Politics Fix is next. This is Hardball, only on MSNBC.
At eHarmony, we think there's a better way for singles to find lasting relationships.
It's $2.1 billion
system in the world next to the United States, but we
next to impossible to sit through a movie.
Everything and just pray. And so they began praying.
Did not understand that that was in the scripture and defined the same person, that he was going to die. He did not come to be King of the Jews that time. There's a time when that will happen, but it was not then. He really came to give his life a ransom for anyone who would believe. Now, friends, I'm here to tell you, it works. Your argument doesn't have to be with me. I say try it.
All said and done, is this.
Have you failed? God bless you. Now you're over it. I see some of you not. Some of you back there holding on. I'm not going to get over anything. I remember what they did to me back in 1962, and I'm not about to forget it. So everybody just turn to your neighbor and say, I'm over it. There you are. It would be impossible to estimate the number of jobs that have been lost, promotions missed, marriages ruined, churches destroyed by whiny, thumb-sucking, pity-pot, Bible-thumping, crybaby without grit Christians. Think about it. Look at the word triumph.
Jesus, Jesus, University. And Jesus, Jesus, symbol
Of Jesus.
That's why when the daughters of
hold nothing against him.
And this is the first page of that journal, which is
something wrong.
60 people with high.
How Muslims in the past acted, and you see that the dark tan area on this map was conquered during Muhammad's life, and the lighter tan area was conquered during Caliph Umar, and he conquered Egypt. And Egypt, again, used to be Coptic Christian. The church in Egypt was started by Mark, the evangelist, the one that wrote the gospel, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And it is interesting that they had 600 years of Christian history in Egypt. But when the Muslims came in there, there is a hadith. So we got the Quran, which is private revelations to Muhammad, the hadith, which are stories remembered about Muhammad by his wives and warriors, and then the Surat, the biography of Muhammad. So there's 3 sources of literature. So when people say, I've read the Quran and know about Islam, well, have you read the hadith? Have you read the Surat? You got to read all 3. Well, anyway, it tells the story that the hadith says, Muhammad said, leave no high grave standing nor a work of art without obliterating it. So Muhammad, when he went into Mecca, he destroyed all the artwork and all the pagan idols. And so the Muslims would go into churches and they'd destroy them, but also the graves of the Christians.
Terrorist strike on the 26th.
Give them to the dogs. And so
Iran calling for the destruction.
Casi
ambiente hostil.
Lo que hace falta para la
said, well, aren't you into plays and
I can be happy.
The car as 1,000 miles.
Side of the double action.
The trick as well as Stevens and the
I was definitely pumped after flipping those two dirt hits over at Jimmy's house.
Last time I hit the lip spinner, that time my car broke. I'm all, yeah. And then towards the end, it started sending me the opposite way, like over whip. Now I don't want to flip it.
I've hit those jumps before, and I never thought about flipping them. Now I've just like gotten so confident in flipping, I was like, flip it. I love natural terrain riding. I love just riding big dirt jumps.
Yeah, buddy.
The day in general is seriously just like a good day. Like just the whole vibe was there, just had fun. I'd say my year overall was pretty damn good. I definitely made the right choice by getting my together, but I definitely wouldn't be where I am today without my chick and my kid. You know, they helped me out so much. I have changed a lot, but I'm still the same person. You know, I cleaned my act up and I got my together, but I'm still Jeremy Stemmer. You know, I haven't changed myself. I just changed my ways and what I do and what I don't do. So, still gonna ride dirt bikes, keep my act clean. You know, I got my act together now, and I'm gonna keep it like that. Can you hear me now, He-Mans? Yeah, good. Are you recording? You guys.
Two Wheels Only, Riverside County, President Speed Demon. That's my boy Twitch. Y'all see that live on Fuel TV. Yeah.
Renew your skin with the Schick Quattro Titanium Trimmer. 4 blades with titanium stay sharp to reduce irritation. An edging blade adds precision, and a built-in trimmer makes it easy to maintain your look. Schick Quattro Titanium Trimmer. Free your skin.
This photo is of Victoria Jalouse in the Whistler Backcountry in 2002. Hi, I'm Scott Sullivan. I'm a photographer, and this is F-Stop. The day started with us heading about 25 miles out into the backcountry on our snowmobiles, and midway through the day, Victoria's brand new snowmobile broke down, and a helicopter had to come lift it and pull it out of there. We had wasted a lot of time dealing with that helicopter situation. We had lost a lot of light throughout the day, and we kind of came down to the last twilight hours, and we were scrambling around looking for something to shoot, and we found this pretty mellow face. It's nothing too crazy. It's mellow, but it had some really, really nice features on it. And Victoria just came through, just doing some really beautiful, smooth turns. It's not life or death. It's fun, and it's the beauty of snowboarding and the serenity of it.
Sorry, Al.
Huh?
Idiot.
Is that Nathan?
I don't think there's any one place that accomplishes what the North Shore does. The entire surfing community all here on this like little stretch. It's pretty amazing when you really think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. It's pretty heavy. I mean, the Triple Crown, 3 major events that go down. There's a lot of like emotions, drama. It's like make or break for a lot of guys.
Generations of preparations, taking measures by the blueprint of the basement. System pressure, no phenomena, simply moving on, trying to pretend. Can we comprehend that we were torn by men, but we're born to be ready for the crash at the end? Ready for the end. Ready for the end.
First time I came to Hawaii, I was probably 12. Yeah, that was strictly a South Shore visit, summertime, Waikiki hangout, surf canoes. It's good times. Showing up on the North Shore when you're 16, 17 years old and you've never been here, it's pretty full culture shock. The waves really don't get over 8 feet in California, so all of a sudden it's like the waves are rarely under 8 feet. It's a quick learning curve. You gotta get out there and just dive into it. Yeah, you learn a lot really fast. You learn how to survive. You think about the little stretch of the North Shore from like Rocky Point to like Rock Pile. There's really not a lot there in terms of like a town. I guess that's why where Haleiwa comes into play. This is downtown Haleiwa right here. restaurants. There's actually food here. Right when you come in, you got Haleiwa Joe's, Matsumoto's. Pretty hard to pass up a shave ice, at least once a year, right? Just got to time it with the tourist trucks so you don't get like the line out the door wrapped around the building. Probably the place I go the most in Haleiwa is Cafe Haleiwa. Just right next door, you got the Bonzer front. Got to always browse through there, check out the new Bonzers. If you really break it down, Hawaii is like one of the most beautiful places in the world. I think tourists come here and they fall in love with it and they end up wanting to stay. Every November, you get just bombarded by the entire surfing community for the Triple Crown of surfing. Starting here at Haleiwa and then moving up the road to Sunset Beach, big open ocean right point, and then finishing at the Bonsai Pipeline. Kind of everyone knows what that's all about. Well, here we are. This is where it's gonna go down, right here. The Reef Hawaiian Pro. First stop on the Vans Triple Crown. Oh, look, they might even run it on a day like today. Maybe not. Come over the hill, and this is the first glimpse you get of the ocean. You see this little strip right here from Buena Point down to, like, towards Mokulea. We've definitely had those days where you pull over the hill and it's pumping. It's 15 feet and just, you know, sunny and beautiful, and definitely gets the blood flowing, gets the heart pumping. Yeah, it's really, you gotta come down here on a day like today to really appreciate it. Because, yeah, it's a little crazy when it's all going down. There's a lot of humans and parking lots and all kinds of tents and scaffoldings and whatnot. It's pretty heavy. I mean, the Triple Crown, just when you really break it down, it's like make or break for a lot of guys. You know, I mean, you can look at it from a bunch of different scenarios. You know, you've got all the local guys, all the Hawaiians that live here that kind of, this is like their moment, you know, to really show how they surf their waves and, you know, kind of, and compete against all the surfers from all over the world. So that's like one element. You've got like the QS guys that, you know, are gonna compete at Haleiwa and Sunset and two major 6-star events with like a lot of points going down. And I mean, they're fighting for a slot on the WCT Tour next year. And then you've got the pipe contest, which is mainly for the CT guys, and Kelly's already kind of sewed it up this year, but I mean, a lot of times it comes down to that event, you know, world title showdowns, guys trying to hang on to their spot on the CT Tour, you know, finish in the top 27, I think. So it's like, there's a lot of like emotions, drama, it's all kind of going down.
It's like 6 o'clock in the morning. We're just heading down to Haleiwa. We just checked the waves out front. It's bombing, and you know, trying to warm up before the contest starts. So yeah, let's see how it goes.
First swell before the comp, so it'll probably be really crowded. But you know, just go check out the lineup, see what's going on.
Oh yeah, it's perfect out there today. Didn't catch too many waves, but I was just getting sorted in the lineup and feeling it out there, and it felt good. It looks like it's gonna be a good day of surfing. You know, I'm looking at the Hichi Tour. Looks like it's a lot of local Hawaiians vying to get into the second round. And you got Daniel Jones, Flynn Novak, you know, all the boys just ready to take it apart.
Yeah, we're psyching. Look at this wave. This is gonna be nuts. Poncho. I'm just gonna go out, no expectations, and hopefully stay away from him, and hopefully we're the two prevailing. So.
How are you gonna take care of Flynn in this heat? Flynn's gonna take care of himself.
Yeah.
Mike.
Yeah, Daniel. Oh, you're up next, huh? Yeah, there you go. Be watching. Conditions are excellent. This is like really good Haleiwa. Probably as the day goes on, you'll just see some incredible surf. Here we go.
Oh, Flynn is just on fire. That's my boy right there.
was counting all my mistakes and counting all my regrets. About you, thought about me, thought about all the things we'd ever be. Thought about you, thought about me, thought about all the things we'd never be. Thought about you. I thought about you.
Hockey's heat was good.
First male-female co-anchor team.
And Harry Chapman, still bringing Nashville its news, shared with us a personal story about his former co-anchor.
We do the 6 o'clock news and the 10 o'clock news, and between those two newscasts, she would always take her shoes off. She would walk around barefoot in the newsroom. She loved to have her shoes off.
But her bare feet were soon headed out the door, taking her to Baltimore and eventually landing her in the Windy City, or Winfrey City. And so she said goodbye to the South.
Are we sad to see her go?
Absolutely. Can you imagine a news director having to find somebody to replace Oprah Winfrey?
When I left Nashville at 22, I remember speaking at this church and saying, I don't know what the future holds for me, but I know who holds the future.
When you see her on television now, do you have a sense of pride?
I do. I really do. I mean, she has taken that little bit of opportunity that we were able to give her here and just expanded it beyond anybody's belief. Television is better because of Oprah Winfrey.
I feel that all of us have different callings in life and that everybody does have a calling. And I feel that mine is to inspire.
Next on Celebrity Expose, down home Hollywood, we're with Diddy as he goes back home to his humble Harlem roots. Then, raised by a drug-selling mother and shot 9 times, how 50 Cent overcame his troubled youth. And later, tall, skinny, and awkward, the childhood insecurities of the stunning Tyra Banks. Plus, Southern comfort. Back home to Texas with Eva Longoria and Oklahoma with Carrie Underwood. How they went from small-town girls to big city stars. And what their former neighbors reveal about them from back then. And later, raised by a reported drug addict. How Shia's star rose thanks to Ben Affleck? Find out why next.
Celebrity Expose. Fact check question. Cropped hair and famous smile, this 1976 high school senior would later go on to become one of the highest selling female artists ever. So who is she? Find out when Celebrity Expose returns.
With rheumatoid arthritis, it seems like my life is split in two. There's the life I live,
and the life I want to live.
Fortunately, there's Enbrel. Enbrel can help relieve pain, stiffness, fatigue, and stop joint damage.
Because Enbrel suppresses your immune system, it may lower your ability to fight infections. Serious, sometimes fatal events, including infections, tuberculosis, lymphoma, and nervous system and blood disorders have occurred. Before starting Enbrel, your doctor should test you for tuberculosis. Also, ask your doctor if you live in an area with a greater risk for certain fungal infections. Don't start Enbrel if you have an infection like the flu. Tell your doctor if you're prone to infections, have cuts or sores, have had hepatitis B, have been treated for heart failure, or if, while on Enbrel, you experience persistent fever, bruising, bleeding, or paleness. Help bridge the gap. Ask your rheumatologist if Enbrel is right for you and about our copay and financial support programs.
Rewrite your hair's past and give it a whole new life. New Aveeno Nourish Plus. Active Naturals wheat formulas proven to target and help repair damage in just 3 washes. Building shiny, strong hair with life. New Aveeno Nourish Plus.
I couldn't survive without advice from my go-to people. For the health of my mouth, I trust my dentist, who recommends Colgate Total.
Colgate Total actively fights germs for 12 hours.
That makes it an easy choice.
Colgate Total, #1 recommended most by dentists and hygienists.
Time to get a grip on your ADD.
On the next World's Funniest Moments. Sometimes we search for videos. Sometimes they find us.
This is what you call a redneck amusement park.
The World's Funniest Moments. Wednesday at 8, 7 Central on My Network TV.
When it comes to going bald, you now have a choice. Advances in medical science have resulted in the world's first and only permanent solution to hair loss.
It is your real hair. It's your natural hair. You wash it, you cut it, you swim with it.
Bosley is the world's most experienced hair restoration experts, having pioneered virtually every major advancement in the art and science of hair restoration.
I'm very satisfied, very happy with what I've done.
This has got to be one of the best decisions I've made in my life, I'll tell you that.
Bosley Hair Restoration is a relatively simple outpatient procedure. The results look completely natural, and it's affordable on nearly any budget. Call the toll-free number now to receive your free, no-obligation information kit that will help you decide if hair restoration at Bosley is right for you. You don't have to accept going bald. Do something about it right now.
Call 1-800-995-4354. That's 1-800-995-4354. Call now.
Celebrity Expose. Fact check answer. So, who is this bright-eyed future superstar? That would be Madonna Ciccone, who 7 years after this high school photo was snapped would go on to release her first album.
Diddy is the true image of a rags-to-riches story after losing his father to drug-related violence at the young age of 3. Diddy was raised by his mother in Harlem, New York. Now, his mother worked long hours and numerous jobs to keep her son from being the same fate as his father and pushed the value of education and hard work on him. So we went home with Diddy to Harlem to see the real bad boy beginnings.
Don't be afraid, y'all come over here. How you doing? So y'all know I used to live right there.
Welcome to Diddy's neighborhood. Attracting a few young fans, Puff took us on a tour of his old stomping grounds, Mount Vernon, New York.
Have a good day. Good to meet you. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
After giving the girls a few lasting memories, Diddy shared a couple of his own.
And what kind of memories does this bring back?
This is just like growing up, you know what I'm saying? This is like when from 12 on up, I grew up here. And this was like, you know, such a big achievement. Just for a single mother, providing a house for you.
Diddy was inspired by his mother, Janice Combs, and she taught him about aspirations and hard work at an early age.
You know, we had moved from Harlem here, so this is a big deal to own a house. My mother, we had owned our own house, so this is like really making it.
And of course, what's a visit without running into, you guessed it, old friends.
How you been, man? How you doing? All right, everything's good.
Did you ever think this was going to happen to him? No.
No,
Honestly,
no. Quiet, just me and the kids used to just play and fight and have a good time.
Your kids?
Yeah, no doubt.
Our next stop on the Diddy tour, Diddy's alma mater, Mount St. Michael Academy.
What's up? What's up, my man? How you all right?
Surrounded by current students and faculty, Puff felt right at home, signing autographs and taking pictures by the dozens. Known as The Mount, Diddy graduated from the Bronx All-Boys Preparatory Academy in 1987. Now the world may know him as Diddy, but to those who know him best, he is simply Sean.
Is this where you got your nickname?
Nah, I didn't get my nickname here. I got it in Mount Vernon from my childhood friend. But they basically knew me as Sean here. Ray, what's up, bud? How are you, buddy? How y'all all right?
All right, good to see you.
We gonna get this one or what, y'all? Gonna pull this one out?
Diddy watched from the sidelines and cheered on his Mountaineers. That was before giving them a pep talk at halftime.
Mount was a big thing for me, especially playing football. So I know y'all gotta go get ready for the second half. I just wanted to holler at y'all, tell y'all good luck, you know, and bring home the win. Do your thing, all right?
Now to our final destination, we arrive at the birthplace of Diddy, Harlem.
I literally grew up half my life in Harlem, second half of my life in Mount Vernon, and Harlem has such an impact on me as far as musically, style-wise, everything about me.
Diddy took in the culture and used Harlem's flair to mold his style.
On every street corner, you just heard music and kids dancing on the streets. And that's kind of what got me started dancing, because that was like, as a little kid, you grew up in Harlem, you were supposed to know how to dance.
Right. Diddy was hanging out in front of his old building when he got another surprise, a visit from his old babysitter, Miss Paul.
A lady named Miss Mitchell.
Yeah.
And myself used to daycare you.
Yeah, you used to take care of me?
Yes.
How was I as a little boy?
One thing, you had on a lot of jewelry.
Yeah.
No, you were very good.
Thank you very much.
Celebrity Expose. Fact check. Diddy got his first taste of fame as a toddler when he was hired in the early 70s to model for ice cream chain Baskin-Robbins.
And Diddy later moved from Harlem to the Bronx, the same location where his future love, Jennifer Lopez, called home. And she's just one of the original New Yorkers who went on to become Hollywood stars.
I just want to do a good job and not disappoint anybody. Worked really hard.
Hard work has definitely paid off for Jennifer. Jenny was born in the South Bronx to Puerto Rican immigrants and grew up on Black Rock Avenue in the Castle Hill section. She was the second of 3 girls.
When Jennifer comes home, it's not like she's a celebrity, you know, to us anyway. She's just Jennifer.
This future fly girl was already taking dancing lessons at 5 years old. Mom Guadalupe, she knew then her daughter had talent.
I always knew since she was a little girl that there was something special about her. Since she was little with the dancing, when I had her in dance class, she always loved it so much. And even after I took them off and I said, you can't do this anymore, you know, let's do something else, she always still wanted to do that. So I know that that was really her first love.
In 1987, after graduating from high school, Jennifer got a small role in her first movie. It was called My Little Girl and starred James Earl Jones. She started gaining confidence and then dropped out of Baruch College after 1 semester to pursue her dreams.
I'm saying I'm getting close. This gig is mine.
I don't care if you know, backseat of my car.
For me to not, come back to Queens and do something in my hometown in New York, I just wouldn't feel right.
To the bottom, to the top, to the top.
Born James Todd Smith in St. Albans, Queens, New York, LL Cool J, also known as Ladies Love Cool James, exploded on the rap scene in 1985.
I think Todd Smith is much more of a normal guy, much more of an everyday guy, much more of the guy next door. Yeah. I think LL Cool J has a lot more skeletons and a lot crazier life.
LL spent most of his youth singing in the church choir, participating in the Boy Scouts, and delivering newspapers.
If you think you cannot buy me.
At age 16, LL used a mixing table purchased by his grandfather and produced and created his own demos. Soon after, he dropped out of Andrew Jackson High School to record his debut album with Def Jam Records.
50 Cent, I got the name from a gangster from Fort Greene Project. It's also a metaphor for change.
Now, 50 grew up in Jamaica, Queens with his grandmother after his mom died and his father left.
My mom's passed when I was 8 years old. She had already, she used to hustle. She used to sell drugs. So I kind of came up around some things that the average kids don't come up around.
At age 12, 50 started hustling, selling drugs, and stealing. He also survived several attempts on his life, most notably 9 gunshot wounds in 2000.
I think when your time comes, you go, and I think it's a blessing for me to survive that situation, and I absolutely had to go through it to become who I am today.
Coming up when Celebrity Expose returns, a supermodel now, but what were the childhood insecurities of Tyra Banks? And how did that impact the start of her empire? Then the LA stories of Kate, Gwyneth, and Angelina. The unlikely connection between Leonardo DiCaprio and Hilary Swank. And how did Ice Cube get his nickname? Plus, who gave Tom his start? And why did she change his name to Cruz? Later, Britney home video. You'll only see it here next.
Celebrity Expose, fact check question. Look at that full head of hair on this star in 1973. He would later go on to become an action hero with a trademark bald head. Any guesses? Find out when we return.
On Crime Time Tuesday, it's a street patrol you can't miss. Catching a suspect red-handed all adds up to this.
Been married how long?
31 years.
She doesn't look that old.
Well, she is. She's about 41.
So she married her when she was 10 years old?
Street Patrol. Viewer discretion advised. Tomorrow at 8, 7 Central on My Network TV.
With our economy in crisis, America turns to The Simpsons.
Ooh, a penny! This is my lucky day.
The Simpsons stimulus package.
Yep, my lucky day.
Go!
Tomorrow at 5 p.m. on MyTVZ.
That 70s show features your favorite superstars.
I'm pretty.
They're famous for 15 minutes. What? Make that forever. Watch That 70s Show.
Tonight at 10 p.m. on MyTVZ. Fun is about to reach a new high at King's Dominion. Because right now, you can save up to $15 on the regular admission price when you buy your tickets at Kroger or KingsDominion.com. That's more than 25% off at Kroger or KingsDominion.com. There's so much high-flying fun, you just can't miss it. So ride on at King's Dominion.
Hey, Dad, what should we get Grandma for her birthday?
How about Jody's popcorn?
Recipe 53. Caramel corn is what I love to eat. And chocolate drizzle is a blowing my mind. With all these flavors, I'm munching all the time. Jody's what you got poppin'. Jody's snack hunger's knockin'. Jody's premium popcorn made just right.
Best popcorn I've ever had.
Visit us at our 2 Virginia Beach oceanfront locations and select Farm Fresh stores.
Wow, is this?
501 honey clusters? Yes.
It's delicious.
I know.
But it can't
have
have.
about half a day's worth of fiber? I assure you it does.
I was
Expecting sawdust and cardboard? I know.
I can
Only taste the crunchy clusters, honey, and brown sugar. No, madam, I don't have ESP.
Okay. We'll take a box. You probably already knew that.
Fiber One. Cardboard no. Delicious yes. Celebrity Expose. Fact check answer. Who is this star sporting a full head of shaggy hair? That is none other than Bruce Willis, who's known for his trademark bald head.
Tyra Banks began her career in the 1990s modeling as a teen in Europe, but she quickly set her sights past the runway and is now one of the most successful entrepreneurs in all of America, developing her own successful reality show and her own talk show. And it is her own personal struggle of growing up in that spotlight that turned this top model into an empire. Tyra's image may be everywhere now, but she had a hard time breaking into the beauty biz before signing with the elite agency at the age of 17.
A Paris scout saw some pictures of me and convinced my Paris for me to try Paris for a couple of months.
It was only a matter of time before this 5'11" vivacious beauty made her way to the top of the modeling world.
It was a shock to go to Paris and overnight become this European star.
Tyra was raised in Inglewood, California, and her parents divorced when she was just 6 years old. She began modeling in the 11th grade, a year before she graduated from Immaculate Heart High School in Los Angeles in 1991.
I started modeling after school and on weekends in high school.
And now Tyra is committed to her T-Zone Foundation. It's a camp which helps young girls boost their self-esteem.
I have chosen to take a responsibility and to give back and to show girls that I have insecurities too.
Insecurities that once had Tyra thinking she was the ugly duckling.
I looked really, really sick. It wasn't like, you know, model, cute, thin. I looked really ill.
It's true, the curvy beauty once had a problem being underweight. Tyra says during her early teen years, her classmates even called her olive oil when she weighed a mere 98 pounds. And even though her olive oil days are long gone, she says she is far from flawless.
Tyra Banks has dark circles under her eyes covered by concealer. She has a waist that's not as small as she would like it to be, so we like that retouching computer go. Tyra Banks has cellulite on her butt, and that's why we always say no butt shots. And she has knock knees, flat feet, skinny calves, a lot of other things too.
But Tyra says there is one beauty trait she loves from her childhood.
That one thing would probably be my teeth. I spent 2.5 years with braces, and my bottom teeth are a little crooked because I didn't wear my retainers.
Crooked teeth or not, Tyra is beautiful both inside and out, and she's not the only one who was born and raised right here in Los Angeles. Now it is time to hear a few other LA stories, and we start with Leonardo DiCaprio.
I'm sticking to the west side, man. Sticking to the west side, for now at least. Because it's my home, man. It's my home. It's where I grew up. Friends, family.
Leo lives in the Hollywood Hills now, but he grew up in Los Angeles in Echo Park. He was raised mostly by his mother in a rough part of town, and Leo gravitated towards sports and acting and commercials before getting his break on the hit TV show, Growing Pains. And there was also a big break for another Hollywood A-lister, Hilary Swank.
I remember both of us trying to make a little mark in this town, aggressively going out on auditions.
We were both kids, you know? We were both kids, and we were just starting out our careers.
I've always been the girl who's like the sister who, you know, I mean, my whole bag when I was growing up was like,
Girls, what do you do?
Well, I was always hung with the boys, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's all I knew, because I have all brothers.
California cutie Kate Hudson was just one of the boys growing up in sunny Santa Monica with brother Oliver Hudson and raised by famous mom Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell. Down the street from Kate, another Hollywood princess. Daughter of late director Bruce Paltrow and actress Blythe Danner, Gwyneth spent the first 11 years of her life in Santa Monica. The LA beach town has always been dear to her heart. She rented her childhood home while shooting the film Iron Man in Los Angeles. And according to Gwyneth, that childhood home was the location of her first movie, directed by her brother Jake, called Night of the Psycho Killer.
Yeah, she was a Night of the Psycho Killer, yeah.
Something bad happened to her in that?
I think she got killed.
I was a victim. I bit a blood pellet and died in our guest house in Santa Monica.
I'm strangely relaxed with interviews all the time. I feel like I'm just home.
Perhaps that's because Angelina Jolie grew up in the heart of Los Angeles. The daughter of actors John Voight and Marceline Bertone, Angie graduated from Beverly Hills High at age 16. And in 1999, Angelina returned to her old hood to pick up the Golden Globe for her breakthrough role in Gia at the Beverly Hilton, just 2 miles from her alma mater. And it brought back a childhood memory.
My girlfriend and I were walking by. It was really hot, and we were in our clothes, and we jumped in the pool, and we got kicked out. So I haven't actually really been back since. And so it's here tonight, and they let me in and on the red carpet. and now it seems that I just might have to get back in that pool.
20 minutes later, Angelina took the plunge.
It's warm, isn't it? Yeah, it's warm.
I've been Cube since I was 12 years old.
Ice Cube, born O'Shea Jackson in South Central Los Angeles, wasn't always Ice Cube.
My brother called me Juice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why was that?
Because I was so fast when I was young. When we played football, for some reason he started calling me Juice.
The multi-talented rap superstar crafted his music career while attending Taft High School in the San Fernando Valley and took his experiences as a young boy from the streets of L.A. to build a thriving empire, branching into acting, producing, and screenwriting. From downtown to the dog pound, just 30 minutes away in the LBC. That's Long Beach, where Calvin Brodus, also known as Snoop Dogg, was born and raised. But the dogfather of rap admits he traveled a dangerous path in his youth on the streets of Long Beach.
I walked through a lot of storms, a lot of wars, a lot of deserts, a lot of negativity to become who I am right now. I was real bad for kids. I didn't have no kids, and I wasn't a leader, a father, or a role model.
But Snoop has learned valuable lessons from his troubled youth. By coaching his son's football team, Snoop has become a positive role model, not only for his son, but for other kids as well.
I'm gonna take a step to better the whole situation. I'm gonna clean my act up and be a father and a coach and a better person.
In 2 minutes, who was the driving force behind Alicia Keys' discovery? Then, before Katie and Suri, we go through the Tom Cruise beginnings, how he was discovered, and what's still his favorite scene. Then, Eva Longoria, a chemist? If acting didn't work out, Longoria's surprising backup plan. And later, Shia's rough childhood revealed, how he's made peace with his father. That's all coming up when Celebrity Exposé returns.
Most babies are accidents. Not me. I was born to save my sister's life. My sister has leukemia.
You're supposed to give her a kidney?
I want to sue my parents for the rights to my own body.
Would you repeat that, please?
I know there's something. What am I supposed to tell them? Tell them you're important too. You gave up everything for me. I love you, Anna.
My Sister's Keeper, rated PG-13, starts June 26th.
Mom knew I needed calcium from day one. Now I'm the mom, and I know 80% of us don't get enough calcium from food. Our bodies can steal it from our bones. Give yourself some TLC, Tender Loving Caltrate, and give TLC to somebody you love.
A year of daily sun exposure is like a week at the beach without sunscreen. Get UV protection with Aveeno Daily Lotion SPF 15. Lock moisture in, block UV rays out. Get healthier skin every day. And now, save $2 at Aveeno.com.
Wednesday night, The Twilight Zone returns to My Network TV. First, a widow's dream life develops after death.
Alec is dead.
Then, in this town, troubled teens are transformed into the unthinkable. Spend a night in the zone. All new Twilight Zone. Wednesday starting at 9/8 Central on My Network TV.
How much does Haynes trust our customers? Wednesday, pick out all your new furniture with no money down, and we'll deliver it all for free. Then pay Haynes no money till 2012. All furniture, mattresses, and flooring till 10 p.m. Wednesday. No money down, no money in interest, no money in payments for 2.5 years. Because now more than ever, saving money matters. Order new furniture, mattresses, or flooring before 10 p.m. Wednesday with no money down and get free home delivery. Then save more money. Pay Haynes nothing till 2012.
worst-case scenario.
Hey, so I'm thinking we need a better way to save money.
Better than subleasing office space?
Ideally.
Best-case solution.
Verizon high-speed internet and phone for business. Lower your costs and increase productivity with a dedicated high-speed connection that won't slow you down while your neighbors are online. Switch today for $79.99 a month. Just call 1-888-360-8033. Act now and get over $200 back in online rebates, unlimited nationwide calling, 24/7 tech support, and the reliability of the Verizon network. Call 1-888-360-8033 and get Verizon high-speed internet and phone for business for just $79.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year contract. Act now and get over $200 back in online rebates. Verizon high-speed internet and phone for business. One of the many tools in the Verizon Small Business Toolbox.
We'd like to cut a hole in your door and insert decorative glass in about an hour. Welcome to Entry Point, a fresh new approach where boring doors become beautiful doors. Adding beauty, natural light, and privacy is surprisingly affordable, starting at only $3.95 installed. At Entry Point, we use your door and our glass to create a fresh new look. It's that easy. Call 547-DOOR, 547-3667, or visit our showroom. Entry Point, your door, our glass.
This ring is a sign of my love.
Do you think pleasure could ever be sinful?
You were seen together!
Where is she? Give her up.
Your money's gone.
Oh, liar!
Original Sin. Viewer discretion advised. Thursday at 8/7 Central on My Network TV.
Ah, very good, very good. And right to me right here. Yes, excellent.
That is Alicia Keys with a whole lot of gold at the 2002 Grammy Awards. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Celebrity Exposé, Down Home Hollywood. I'm Tony Potts here at the backlot of Universal Studios Hollywood. Those 5 Grammys Alicia won are a testament to her platinum-selling debut album, Songs in A Minor. And despite her enormous success, this Harlem-based prodigy has not forgotten her roots.
In my neighborhood, in my environment, you know, with my family, my friends.
A hometown return for Alicia. We caught up with a very talented Miss Keys on the set of a photo shoot. It was New York-inspired and Harlem-themed in honor of Alicia's hometown.
I shot the Fallen video in here, so it's amazing to be back. That was my first video, you know, it was like a major, major thing for me.
Alicia was raised by a single mother and was a top student in her class before being accepted into Columbia University at age 16.
All A++s, baby.
She was a straight-A student with beauty and brains, and Alicia credits it all to one influential teacher she had early on.
But when I was younger, that really kind of, one of my most influential teachers was, her name was Miss Hazel, and she was my kindergarten teacher. She was just so vibrant and full of life, and she really always had us doing these very kooky, crazy performance things. And I think that's one of the reasons why I love so much to perform.
But Alicia went further than just trying it. At age 17, she signed with a major record label and was introduced to star maker Clive Davis.
The first time I met Clive was my A&R Peter Edge was working at Arista with Clive Davis at the time, and so we had our first meeting there.
Clive helped turn the then unknown prodigy Alicia Aguelo Cook into Alicia Keys, and we were fortunate enough to witness firsthand her star quality when we went on tour with her this year, ruling the stage with her piano skills.
Piano-wise, I've always gravitated towards the piano. I can't say there was an exact moment where, you know, or person, but I just loved it so much. So use that, get that. Oh.
Celebrity Exposé. Fact check. While Alicia was trying to decide on her stage name, she at one point considered calling herself Alicia Wilde. We think she made the right choice with Alicia Keys.
It is in this high school in Glen Ridge, New Jersey, where one of the biggest movie stars of all time was discovered, Tom Cruise.
You're in the best shape of your life. You look fantastic. What's the secret?
Just keep going.
And at 46, Tom has no plans to slow down, especially when it comes to spending quality time with Katie in Surrey, who's just now starting to read.
She loves books and loves to hear stories and read stories, and then she'll get the books and kind of read the stories to us, and you know, by looking at the pictures, it's a beautiful time.
But before there was a Tomcat or a Surrey, there was a Thomas Maypother IV, a teenager at high school in Glen Ridge, New Jersey.
He was the all-American kid that even Grandma in Kansas City would have loved to say it was her own.
Toby Gibson was Tom's first agent, and she discovered him through one of his classmates.
I had a client, Lorraine Gawley, who lived in Glen Ridge, New Jersey, who went to the high school there. And I said, you know, Lorraine, I do need some teenage boys for commercials. Any cute kids in your class? And she said, no. Well, wait a minute now. There's a new boy that just came up from Kentucky.
Toby took a meeting with Tom and knew right away he had the it factor. One problem, his name.
We have to change your name. This Thomas Mayapeth is a wonderful family name of yours, but we cannot have it in showbiz. You're going to be Tom Cruise.
Using his middle name as his last name, Tom Cruise, the star, was born. After high school, Tom moved to Manhattan and was cast in his first movie, Endless Love, with Brooke Shields.
He was the whole package, and he proved to be the whole package as he went out on auditions. The first job he got was Endless Love with Brooke Shields. They wanted a football player, and none of the agents would submit him. How can this boy be a football player? I said, he's hulky, he's got a thick neck, he could be running back. Oh no, they want a big high school kid. I said, I don't think so. So I called up the then casting director, Julia Hughes, and I said, Julia, I have your football player and nobody wants to submit him. Send him to me, she said. And I did. And she booked him right then and there. There were no callbacks.
2 years later, Tom got his big break with his first leading role in the underwear-shaking classic, Risky Business.
That scene in Risky Business is certainly one of my favorites, I'd have to say.
Shortly after Risky Business was released, Tom sat down for this interview.
You know, it is a definite adjustment, you know. I mean, after Risky Business, I remember people recognizing me, you know, for the first time. You just have to really relax into and just, you know, just take your time with it.
Did he exceed my expectations? I knew he would be a star. How far out into this universe it would reach, I wasn't quite sure. But I knew that he would be a big star.
Coming up, from pageants to prime time, how Eva Longoria was discovered and what brought her here to Los Angeles. Then, what do Beyonce, Jamie Foxx, and Matthew McConaughey all have in common? Plus, we go back home with Carrie Underwood, what her friends reveal about their former Sigma sorority sister. And later, before playing for packed arenas, Britney played here. How did she sound? Find out when Celebrity Exposé returns.
Celebrity Exposé. Fact check question. Which songstress donned a teased high perm in 1987 during her high school senior year? Here's a hint. She would later leave her hometown of Long Island to head into the big city, where she released 18 #1 hits. Find out who she is next.
It's right here. It's easy. It's the money you could be saving with Geico.
It seemed like every month it got a little harder to pay the bills.
Yeah, the paycheck was basically gone before we even got it.
So, we started looking a little more closely at the money we were spending.
And we found a way to get the same great television we already enjoyed for a lot less money than we were paying before. We get the top channels with our favorite shows and reliable service for the lowest prices.
We have Dish Network, the home of the lowest nationwide prices. In fact, over 30 million people already enjoy Dish Network.
With Dish Network, we get over 100 of the most popular channels, including local channels, for just $39.99 a month.
And that's not a promotional price. That's the everyday price.
It just doesn't make sense to pay more to get the same channels.
It's not like my favorite movies and shows were any better on DirecTV just because I was paying more for them.
So why would you ever pay more for TV?
There's never been a better time to switch to Dish Network. Now for a limited time, get our most popular package for just $14.99 a month for 6 months. That's a $150 value. Call now and we'll professionally install your system free.
With Dish Network, We get low prices, tons of choices, and great customer service. Plus, 100% digital quality picture and sound.
Start saving money today with Dish Network. Call now and we'll also give you HBO and Showtime absolutely free for 3 months. That's over 15 channels of the best movies and original series. Yours free for 3 months.
And if you're looking for high definition, nobody has more high def than Dish Network. Plus, Dish Network has the highest HD picture quality in the business.
With Dish Network, you always save more and you get more. So why keep spending more and getting less?
Order now and get over 100 great channels, including local channels, for just $14.99 a month. Plus free installation and HBO and Showtime free for 3 months.
With Dish Network,
You'll save money year after year, too, with their low everyday prices.
Call now and take advantage of this limited time offer or visit dishnetwork.com and start saving money today.
On Crime Time Tuesday, once he fought for his country, now he's at war with himself. Then it's the biggest brawl, the biggest bribe, the biggest bust in jail history. Watch back-to-back episodes of Jail. Viewer discretion advised. Tomorrow at 9/8 Central on My Network TV.
Celebrity Expose. Fact check answer. This wavy-haired singer just released her 6th #1 album this year. So who is it? That is one Mrs. Nick Cannon, otherwise known as Mariah Carey.
4 years ago, primetime was shaken up when Eva Longoria sizzled onto the small screen as saucy scene stealer Gabrielle Solis on Desperate Housewives. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Celebrity Expose, Down Home Hollywood. I'm Tony Potts at the back lot of Universal Studios, and just down the street is Eva's home away from home. It's Wisteria Lane. You know, it's hard to believe that just 10 years ago, Eva was most famous for being Miss Corpus Christi. We uncover the hidden life of Longoria.
Eva, do you remember? Do you remember?
Oh, no!
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Corpus Christi, the gorgeous Eva Longoria.
Oh, God. I couldn't believe I won because I was the shortest person in the pageant. The big hair and lots of makeup. This is the whole reason I'm in LA. Was in my pageant prize package was a scholarship to come to Los Angeles and compete in a talent competition.
Isn't that amazing?
So this is where it all started.
And this is the person who started it all, Corpus Christi, Texas talent agent Elaine Moto, who keeps Eva over her shoulder at all times.
Hi, Eva. It's Elaine Model from Infinity Models and Talent in Corpus Christi, Texas. I'm wishing you the very best. We're so proud of you.
Hi, Elaine. I love you. I'm very happy to still call you one of my closest friends. And it's you that, it's because of you that I'm here. My first agent ever.
Eva grew up on this street in Corpus Christi. It is a beach town in South Texas.
Oh, my God.
We went to your high school, talked to these
people. Oh, no!
Oh, yes. Now we know Eva's a beauty queen, but what about those awkward high school days? Want to see those? Nope, of course, still hot.
Go Bucks, go.
A senior year cheerleader, no doubt the prettiest drum major at band camp, and a favorite among her classmates at Roy Miller High School in Corpus Christi. But forget home ec, TV's gorgeous homemaker excelled in, what? Chemistry?
Eva, you remember me, remember? Mr. Chemistry, Mr. Karanko. I really have enjoyed following your career. I knew that you had the potential for this and really for anything else that you would have put your mind to it.
Mr. Karenko, it was because of you I almost became a chemical engineer. I'm actually only 2 credits away from having my chemistry degree.
Smart and hot.
How'd you find these people?
We'll keep that our little secret. Now on to another Texas gal.
Have you ever a chance to go home with your family, you talk with your family, and just say, can I believe all this is happening? Thank God I have family. Thank God I have a good man in my life, all that stuff.
My family comes on the road with me. My sister's with me, my mother, and my father. So it's wonderful that I have that stability and I have that love around me. But it is hard sometimes going back home, and I do need to go back to Houston because I haven't been there in a while.
Beyonce Giselle Knowles was born in Houston and attended the High School for the Performing and Visual Arts, Alif High, and was also homeschooled as well.
I didn't go to regular high school, so I didn't have a prom. I had homeschool, and my girls, it was me and the tutor and the 3 girls, so it was a little boring, but it was worth it.
Go! Globes! Oh!
Not exactly the Texas two-step, but Jamie Foxx is also from Texas, showing off his smooth moves after his Golden Globes win.
Listen, we are letting loose. The after party will not be televised.
But Fox wasn't the only one partying that night. His hometown of Terrell, Texas, also let loose.
Jamie
Jamie jokes about this small town where he grew up, played football, basketball, ran track, and was even named most talented in his high school class.
Oh,
You think they're excited or what?
How great is
Yeah,
that?
hundreds. How many people here?
Maybe 1,500.
Over,
that means,
yeah, 15.
That means nobody's at work right now. Because there's only 12,000 people.
So, who else started their road to fame in the Lone Star State? Bringing you the stars who give a whole new meaning to the term Southern comfort.
I like to find home in many different places and see how quickly I can acclimate and become a neighbor instead of a guest.
And despite those gypsy longings, Matthew McConaughey's Southern drawl gives away his Texas roots. And just one state north, in Oklahoma, we find country cutie Carrie Underwood's hometown.
I feel like I lead two lives. There's my life in my LA life, and when there's, bright lights and stuff like that, and then I go home.
She's just a hometown country girl. She is.
It's kind of weird going home because people that I've known my whole life are like, can I have your autograph?
It's just an issue of pride. It instills pride in our community. Carrie obviously is just representing that purity and the innocence and the genuineness, I guess you could say, that small-town people are known for.
From her family to the townsfolk to the mayor, residents of Chakota, Oklahoma, population 3,481, are thrilled for the former American Idol and three-time Grammy winner. C.H. Parker is a Northeastern State University theater consultant and was one of the first to discover Carrie's talents when Carrie was just a high school student.
Well, it was a friend had played this demonstration tape, and it just blew my socks off, to tell you the truth.
And her Sigma 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 sorority sisters say despite Carrie's idol status, she's always there for him.
Even though she's down there with so many celebrities and has so much going on, she still takes the time to call me every day, and that's important. I mean, that just shows that she's still a part of us.
They've been emailing me like crazy, so I'm glad I have that much support everywhere.
You kind of want to kick your heels because there's nowhere like home. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we know. Nelly rocks the crib with a new album out this year, and it's definitely getting hot in here, according to dear old Dad.
Well, at the moment, it was amazing. I'm still trying to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good, I'm proud of them.
Nelly's family still lives in St. Louis, Missouri, or Nellyville.
I know how it worked there. I'm familiar with that. And I love the people there more or less than the monuments and the places.
And in 2003, Nelly told his people to meet him in St. Louis to celebrate his 29th birthday. And even when Nelly's not home, St. Louis is always on his mind.
Thanks for the support. Thanks for the love. The Louis crazy. Y'all know I'm gonna be home real quick. Come holler at me down at Tandy's. Watch me get my ball on. How?
In 2 minutes, we open up the Celebrity Expose archive to examine the life of Shia LaBeouf, how he overcame his troubling childhood and his surprising relationship with his father now. Plus, who are the two stars who helped discover a young Shia? Then, home videos of Britney Spears. We show you Britney before fame when Celebrity Expose returns.
Of all the things made just for women, maybe this is one of the most important. New Centrum Ultra Women's, a complete multivitamin for women. It has vitamin D, which emerging science suggests supports breast health, and more calcium for bone health. New Centrum Ultra Women's.
I couldn't survive without advice from my go-to people. For the health of my mouth, I trust my dentist, who recommends Colgate Total.
Colgate Total actively fights germs for 12 hours.
That makes it an easy choice.
Or avoid foreclosure. Get the money you need now.
To find out how, call Peachtree today at 1-800-341-9496.
The mystery behind a mind-boggling disappearing act double exposed. Then, is it spellbinding swordplay or sleight of hand? Magic's biggest secrets finally revealed. Coming up next on My Network TV.
At Savior Martial Arts, we provide significant family discounts and classes that serve, bond, and strengthen families together as a team.
My daughters and I came to Xavier Martial Arts to have fun, but we got way more than that. It's been one of the best things we've ever done.
Xavier Martial Arts has given me confidence I never thought I would have.
Try it for 2 weeks for free. We believe you'll be blessed.
We just thank God for Xavier Martial Arts.
For only $135, your child will have a blast in our week-long summer camp. And after the camp, we'll give you a free month of classes for the entire family.
Worst case scenario, to cut costs, coffee was discontinued. And the office comes to a crawl. Best case solution, cut cable and get Verizon high-speed internet plus phone for business.
You'll upgrade your performance and lower your costs. Call 1-888-990-8111 and get Verizon high-speed internet plus phone for your small business for just $79.99 a month for 12 months. Plus get over $200 in rebates and the reliability of the Verizon network. Call 1-888-990-8111. And for our lowest price ever, just $79.99 a month, you'll get a dedicated broadband line so you won't be slowed down when your neighbors are online. 24/7 tech support and unlimited calling, plus over $200 in online rebates.
With the perks in place, people are producing and profits are percolating.
Verizon high-speed internet plus phone for business, one of the many tools in the Verizon Small Business Toolbox.
Wow, is this?
501 honey clusters? Yes.
It's delicious.
I know.
But it can't
have about half a day's worth of fiber? I assure you it does.
I was
expecting sawdust and cardboard? I know.
I can
only taste the crunchy clusters, honey, and brown sugar. No, madam, I don't have ESP.
Okay. We'll take a box. You probably already knew that.
Fiber One, cardboard no, delicious yes.
It's one of those things where, like, he talks to you and you're counting the words he's saying. You're like, Harrison Ford said 14 words to me today.
After the success of Indiana Jones and Transformers, Shia LaBeouf quickly became a box office superstar. But his Hollywood beginnings seemed more like a script for a drama than his actual life. Shia has overcome it all with a few minor setbacks, including a frightening car crash. But for now, Shia's star continues to swiftly rise.
Look at you, the trims.
Yeah, shut up.
It's already gone to the Hollywood machine. They've already turned into a sex symbol. Right. See how fast that happens.
It was 5 years ago when a barely known, sarcastic 17-year-old Shia LaBeouf was beginning a serious emergence on the Hollywood scene. It came after starring in Ben Affleck and Matt Damon's film, The Battle of Shaker Heights.
Looks like Ben is a big fan of yours already.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
Yeah, and he's grooming you to take over his Sexiest Man Alive spot.
It's a mistake, because I look like mini Gary Shandling.
That quick wit got Shia attention early on in his career, landing him an agent at age 11, his own Disney Channel sitcom, Even Stevens, at 13, which subsequently led to a daytime Emmy. But this young boy was dealing with adult issues at home, his parents' divorce, and his father's reported alcoholism and addiction to heroin. During his troubled childhood, the teen admitted he often turned to work for peace of mind.
My parents didn't go, okay, well now, you're 13, it's time to make money for the family. It wasn't like that. I love this business so much. And so, like, when I'm not working, I'm depressed. I swear to God, that's how it is with me. When I'm not working, I'm depressed. The hard part is knowing when not to work so you don't get overexposed.
5 years after that interview, Shia's father, Jeffrey, who was reportedly in and out of rehab, was crashing on the floor of Shia's garage.
We all have problems. We're human, he's fallible, and he's just an ace. He's the main dude in my life. Now he's living in my garage. He's my best friend.
He's living in your garage, I love it.
He sleeps on an air mattress. He's just a cool guy.
He's now a bona fide star, but we noticed early on the young one was clearly ladies' man LaBeouf.
So I'm gonna go pick a chick up. Hey! Hey, what's up? How you guys doing, ladies? Nice, nice. You. I'm gonna go find some.
Whether they grew up in Beverly Hills or the Bronx, Harlem or Hollywood, these celebrities were destined for greatness. And while some traveled the road with a clear destination, others had to take a few detours on the way to stardom. But there's one parallel between all of our stars tonight. They had the support system of family, friends, and a community behind them. And it was no different for a young girl in Louisiana, as this home video of one of her first performances clearly shows. We leave you now with Britney before fame. Goodbye, everybody, and I'll see you next time on Celebrity Exposé. The world knows Britney Spears as a superstar performer. But long before the days of sold-out arenas and high-tech concerts, there was Britney Jean Spears, an adorable young girl from Kentwood, Louisiana.
Everybody's sitting around waiting. That's Brittany. She's going to be singing. You want to perform for me now?
Now, we discovered this video of a young Brittany in a floral pantsuit warming up her voice while preparing to sing the Judds' Love Can Build a Bridge for a wedding. The audience, though a bit smaller than she's now used to, was delighted with young Brittany's performance.
You're good. That's great.
Brittany would later go on to perform the same song on the TV show Star Search. And the rest, well, you know that. It is history.
Good design starts with you, tailoring your home to express a style that is all your own. The best place to begin is a Mohawk custom weave carpet. Hi, I'm Tanya Nyack, designer with HGTV's Designed to Sell.
Celebrate the grand opening of the Custom Weave Boutique at Jim Clemmer Floors with special savings and financing. Register to win a $10,000 room makeover with me. Come into Jim Clemmer Floors, 3022 Virginia Beach Boulevard, Virginia Beach, and make it yours, make it beautiful, make it custom weave.
On the next George Lopez.
He probably ran away when her house burned down.
Mom's mutt is missing.
That dog's probably the closest thing she ever came to loving something. Oh, I'm sorry, dude.
But guess who finds Fido?
$500 for the dog.
40.
$200 and let you walk out of the yard with your teeth.
Deal. Next George Lopez.
Tonight at 10:30 p.m. on MyTVZ.
Masters of Illusion. It's a samurai spectacle, a cutting-edge mystery, and an unidentified flying fowl. Plus, prepare to be astonished by the ghost in the machine. An unforgettable performance of twisted trickery. Masters of Illusion, next Monday at 8/7 Central on My Network TV.
It's the show that magicians around the globe don't want you to see. The Masked Magician is back, out of hiding, daring to expose the world's most highly guarded secrets. You'll find out how they perform amazing appearances, death-defying escapes, baffling levitations, astounding vanishes, mind-blowing sleight of hand, and impossible illusions. No magician is too famous. No trick too big. No secret too sacred. The magician's code will be forever broken on magic's biggest secrets finally revealed. Magician pulls back the curtain and exposes the secrets to making a beautiful woman's middle disappear by magic. The mystery of Houdini's legendary steamer trunk. Conjuring spirits from another world. Plus escaping a life-threatening encounter with the blades of death. And much more, right now, on Magic's biggest secrets finally revealed.
First up tonight, the magician has a mysterious illusion using the old steamer trunk of the late, great Harry Houdini. He'll also use this empty wooden frame. We can see through it. And we can see that it's hinged along one side to form a sturdy support. Next, he calls in two of his beautiful assistants and asks for their support. They pick up a heavy wooden triangle that fits securely on the frame. Once it's in place, the triangle and frame form a low table. Thanks for the heavy lifting, girls. Your work here is done. For now. Now for Houdini's trunk. Whoa, careful, it's a priceless antique. And it's empty. This is the same trunk Houdini used on his voyages to perform in Europe. But I bet he never had a traveling companion like this one. She can go the distance. The magician asks her to step into the trunk. Remarkably, she does. I wish he'd tell us that secret. Next, he closes the lid. Then pulls the trunk to the side. Now he uses the trunk to step up onto the table. Houdini probably wouldn't be too pleased about that. He motions for one of his assistants to return with a large sheet. The magician opens the sheet eventually and shows us that there's nothing hidden inside. Now watch carefully. He holds the sheet in front of him and slowly raises it up. He lowers the sheet to prove he's still there. He raises the sheet again, and when he lowers it, he's not alone. It's the girl from the trunk, in case you didn't recognize her. But he checks her out just to be sure. And now for the trunk. One of the other assistants returns and opens it. Presto, another girl. An incredible illusion, and now this guy's got a full house. So how did the magician make one assistant disappear from Houdini's steamer trunk, reappear on the table, then conjure up another girl from inside the trunk? Here are the secrets. When the illusion begins, the magician shows us the trunk. The first secret is that hidden behind it is the girl who will appear later. She's on stage from the beginning of the trick. And by the way, that's not really Houdini's trunk. We made that up because it sounded good. Next, the magician displays the wooden frame, making sure we can see through it. Hidden behind the frame is the next secret. Both halves contain hidden black roller shades. On each corner is a spring-loaded release catch. When the girls place the triangular top on the frame, the pressure trips the spring-loaded catches, and the black shades are released. The audience believes that they can still see through the frame, but they are really looking at the shades. The key is the black backdrop that matches the black shades. As the girls are distracting us with their exit, the concealed assistant slides from behind the trunk into the table. From behind, we can see how the trunk and table hide her from the audience as she sneaks inside. Now that she's no longer in the trunk, the magician is free to tip it over and show that it's empty. He tips it upright and invites his next assistant to join him. At this point, the girl on the table sneaks back out and carefully climbs into the trunk. this angle, we can see how difficult it is for her to switch locations without being seen while climbing up and over the side of the open trunk. Next, the magician invites his new assistant to climb into the trunk. There's a secret here, too. She merely lifts her legs high, creating the illusion that she is climbing in, while really stepping behind the trunk and sinking to the floor. From behind, we can see how convincingly she mimes stepping inside the trunk. Now it's her turn to slide into the table. Yes. The magician slides the trunk away with the concealed girl inside. Next, the magician appears to teleport his assistant from the trunk to the table. He raises the sheet, and there she is. But how did she get there? She waits for the magician to raise the sheet the first time and climbs up onto the table and through his legs. The sheet is lowered, and when it is raised again, she simply stands up, a second before it is lowered for her reveal. Lovely. Finally, the trunk is open to reveal the other girl. And that's how it's done. Next, the magician will demonstrate a popular close-up trick that uses nothing more than an ordinary spool of thread. The magician slowly unwinds a length of thread, careful not to drop the spool and send it unraveling across the warehouse. That looks good. Maybe a little more. Okay, that's enough. A bit more. He breaks the thread and sets the spool out of the way. As we can see, this length of thread is solid and unbroken. Until now. He breaks the thread into several short pieces. Next, he crumples some of the short pieces into a small wad, rolling it smaller and tighter as he goes. Happy with his little wad, he takes it and attaches it to the remaining short piece. There it hangs. Some magic and presto. The wad begins to unravel. The short pieces have been restored into one long piece of thread. Okay, Masked Man, don't string us along. Show us how you did it. So, how did the magician turn the short pieces of thread back into one long piece? Here are the secrets. Before the trick began, the magician unravels double the amount of thread needed for the trick. He then winds the thread carefully into a small ball, mindful not to get any unwanted knots. Next, he carefully winds the thread, with the ball, back onto the wooden spool, hiding the ball. Sort of. Under the remaining thread. Then when he unravels the thread he uses for the trick, he locates the ball and is careful to conceal it between his thumb and forefinger. He doesn't let the audience know that it's there. He breaks off the end of the thread, which is actually much longer than it appears, since half of its length is rolled into that hidden ball. The magician then breaks the thread into smaller lengths, wadding them up in his left hand. Meanwhile, the thread with the concealed ball is held in his right. When we see him supposedly attaching the wad of short pieces onto the thread in his right hand, he's really just pretending to put the pieces together and is concealing this wad in his left hand. But then how does he make his hand appear empty? While he is misdirecting our attention with the ball of thread in his right hand, he's simply throwing away the wad of thread in his left. Now all he has to do is unravel the ball of thread that he secretly wound up before the trick began and create the illusion of restoring the thread. It's simple when you know the secrets.
Up next, the secrets to making a beautiful woman's middle disappear by magic and summoning spirits from beyond the grave. Then we reveal the truth to stabbing a chosen card in midair. Plus a terrifying escape where failure means being sliced to pieces. And much more when magic's biggest secrets finally revealed returns.
Waterproof and sweatproof sunscreen can wear out, leaving skin vulnerable. New Neutrogena Ultimate Sport with Helioplex provides the highest average UVA, UVB protection and is also 3 times more waterproof than testing standards. Neutrogena Ultimate Sport.
This spring, you can make your home look like a picture in a magazine with the Better Homes and Gardens collection, now at Walmart. Discover the entire line of Better Homes and Gardens furnishings, all at the Walmart price. A new look costs less at Walmart. Save money, live better, Walmart.